What is happening, guys? It's Spruce Goose here, and today I want to show you my new mini scheme out of Pistol Wing Slot. Now, I don't think I've seen anyone else running Pistol Wing Slot. It's pretty unique. It's only in a couple playbooks, which I'll show you guys in a sec, but I think it's fun, it's unique, it's high-powered, and I'm going to be incorporating this into my actual offense this coming weekend league. Now, for this video, I'm going to teach you guys the mini scheme during an actual online game, but if you want to see me talk about some of these plays in practice mode, head over to Huddle GG, who I've teamed up with as a contributor, and I'll be making videos for them about every other week to go over a particular scheme or set of plays in practice mode. And then for each of those videos, I want to make my own video over here showing you guys how those plays and schemes actually work in a game. So that video will be linked in the comments below. Definitely go subscribe to their channel. They do awesome stuff over there. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. And also come stop by one of my Twitch streams over at twitch.tv/SpruceGooseTV. The stream schedule is 8 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But all right, guys, it's time for the gameplay. Pistol Wing Slot mini scheme. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I just tried for several hours to get some quality gameplay to show you guys this mini scheme in action, but either my opponents were just very bad at Madden and it was not a good representation of the mini scheme, or people were still running man coverage, which you can absolutely still dot up, but this mini scheme is not really designed to beat man coverage. You still can, you just put hot routes on the field, but its strength is really zone coverage. And so this is gameplay. I'm going to show you two different games that I actually recorded a couple days ago when I was just trying out this mini scheme, so that we can still talk through this. I can show you guys what exactly I'm doing. It's just not going to be doing it live. It's not going to be live as it happens, you know? But it's still going to be the exact mini scheme. So go on ball carrier conservative, always, guys. Always ball carrier conservative. Make sure you don't fumble. Now, the play that I'm going to come out in first is jet sweep. I'll put the plays on the screen so you guys can see exactly what it is, because I know I'm just flashing the play call screens very quick right there, but I'll make sure the play calls are on the screen for you guys. And this is a pretty good jet sweep. I'd say this is one of my favorite jet sweeps in the game. Now, I don't typically start the game with this, and it didn't work very well right there. Soon you'll see that we'll just go and run our normal zone wide receiver alert screen, whatever it's called. But what I'm doing right now, guys, is always make sure you have your fastest tight end at the outside tight end position. And that's going to come in handy for a cover 3 beater that we're going to try out in just a little bit. But I noticed that he was sitting in cover 3, and so I was like, let me get back to the left hash, because I've got a really great cover 3 beater that goes, well, I prefer to throw at least to the right side of the field with the right-hand quarterback. And so I got us to the left side of the field. He's still sitting in cover 3. And now I say it's time to run dagger, one of my favorite cover 3 beaters. And so the way I did it right here is I blocked the running back, but I would actually recommend blocking your tight end at A as well. And then you could maybe send your running back out on a route, but definitely block your tight end at A. Fortunately, it didn't matter. We roll out. If you watch, your tight end at RB completely gets over the outside third. The outside third actually just glitches out, okay? And you can throw it for a 1-play touchdown. And I think the key is the rollout and buying yourself a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of time for that deep route to come open, for the deep third, for the outside third, I guess, from the cornerback to glitch out. But as long as you can roll out and buy yourself some time, I would say maybe sometimes double team the the edge rusher on the right side where you're rolling to, and then you're probably going to guarantee yourself some time in the pocket to let that outside third come open for a 1-play touchdown. So that was the first drive. And let's jump ahead, I guess, to the second drive. All right, guys, so I actually just got the ball back with a turnover, and so I'm going to go to what is the fundamental play of this formation, the zone alert wide receiver screen. And whenever you run this, you want to be reading the inside defensive back. If he doesn't commit to going to the outside, you can go ahead and throw that wide receiver screen. And right there, we put on some really good stick work with Randy Moss. Even if we didn't put the juke on, we were still going to get at least a 5-yard gain on it. But the zone alert wide receiver screen, I would say, is the backbone of the mini scheme. I would actually recommend you come out in that first, because the run play is just so good. The offensive line seems to get such a good push on these runs that I would definitely base your offense around this. Now, what's really great about this play, and you might see me do it right here, you can flip this play left and right with your right stick. You know how like on normal run plays, typically, if it's under center, you can take your stick left or right to change the direction of the run, but typically if it's like a stretch alert looky, then you can't flip it with the right stick. But on this run, you can actually flip the play with the right stick. And so that's extremely handy, because if your opponent starts to try and stack one side or the other, then, you know, you can just flip it to the other side. That's not something you can typically do on plays where you also have the option to throw to a screen on the outside. So that's a really cool thing that you can do. Now, this play, stick, guys, this is one of my favorite plays in the formation. It's so underrated. It's so very simple, but if you look, and we'll see it later in the video, there's a route from the receiver at A, or really the tight end at A, where it's an option route where they can either, against zone coverage, sit in an open spot, or against man coverage, they just run a quick out route. Now, right here, I'm going to run the jet sweep, and we got in for the touchdown. It's very important on the jet sweep to be looking for the holes to turn it upfield. You don't want to automatically just take it to the outside, because oftentimes there will be gaps in the line where you can just turn it right upfield and get good yards on it. So you guys saw right there, that was only driving about half the field, but you guys are already seeing that between the zone alert wide receiver screen, both throwing the screen and the run play, the inside zone, and then the jet sweep, and then occasionally that one-play touchdown with the dagger, we're putting together a nice little mini scheme, and the play stick as well. Those are the main 4 plays, but that was the second drive. Let's jump ahead to the third drive. All right, guys, so I did give up a touchdown on that next drive that my opponent had, but we have a 7-point lead. There are 3 minutes left in the half, and we're going to get right back to it. We're going to, again, call our backbone play, the zone alert wide receiver screen. And every time we break the huddle, the first thing we want to do is take a look at 2 things, the defensive line and the defensive back lined up on the slot receiver. If that defensive back crashes in like he does right there, we're throwing that wide receiver screen every time. Fortunately, our slot wide receiver made a great block, and we pick up a huge gain on the first play of the drive. He tried cover 4 quarters that time, and it did not do anything. Now, I'm going back to the jet sweep again. I think that in this game, I was very, very heavy on the jet sweep. I'm not sure if I'd still be as heavy on the jet sweep anymore. But right there, we actually somehow fit through a hole with Jerry Rice and get a really good gain with it. I'd say it's very situational. Some opponents it's going to work really well on because they're going to give it to you, and then other opponents it's not going to do so well. And you kind of have to feel the flow of the game. And in this case, I just felt like the jet sweep was working, so I kept going to it. But if you run it a couple times and it's not working, then you don't need it. The jet sweep is a nice luxury play, but it's not a core play to this mini scheme. Now, right there, I had a ton of running room on the right side. I don't know what the heck I was looking at, but if I just bounce that right, we're going to get lots of yards. But that's okay. We're back to the play stick, and I have a good feeling that, yep, I'm going to go to the A route. The A route is my favorite route. That's the option route. So he was in man coverage right there. So because it was man coverage, he just runs an out route, and he's going to win that almost every time. At least in my experience so far, that route is winning against man coverage always. Because in order to stick with it, you'd have to have like one step ahead, and I don't think anyone's running one step ahead these days. Now, I try to read option right there, and the read option in this formation is honestly a little underwhelming. I was trying things out. I would not recommend the read option. So we are going back to the play stick yet again. My favorite play for short yardage situations. And once again, look at that route, guys. Rewind the video, watch that route. Against zone coverage, it just sits in the open spot so perfectly. That's why I like it so much. It feels like a really smart route. Now we just go to the jet sweep, and we're walking in the end zone. I do actually like the jet sweep, guys, in short yardage situations, because as you are coming laterally, you can just look in between each lineman. Do I want to cut through the A gap, the B gap, or do I want to bounce it outside? You can very quickly evaluate each gap, whether you can cut it up, and because you just need a couple yards, you just need to fall forward. I'm not saying that that's necessarily how you want to do it on every play, but if the goal is just to get 2 yards, then you can very easily be like, okay, well, there's a yard of space. Let me just run into there, then I'll fall forward for a yard. And you can convert with the jet sweep, it seems like almost every time. So I like the jet sweep a lot in the short yard situations. It's just in between the 20s. It's more of a luxury play. I would focus more on the other plays in the mini scheme for those types of situations. But that was drive number 3. We're 3 for 3 on getting touchdowns. Let's jump ahead to drive number 4. We're not going to watch me play defense, so let's jump ahead to drive 4. All right, guys, so I did give up another touchdown on my opponent's next drive. Again, defense is not my strong suit, but fortunately, we're rocking and rolling on offense, and this wide receiver screen is working so well for us, and we're going to put a little stick work on him as well. Definitely be practicing your stick work, guys, because if you do, you could do a little something like that. One stop and go, then a second stop and go, and Randy Moss is off to the races, and I decided to stunt. I was pretty happy about that one. I thought that was one of my better plays that I've made. And he was, I think he was just kind of done after that. Are we going to do a 2-point conversion? I think we'll do a 2-point conversion. Looks like we're going to do the jet sweep. Oh, he's not even going to let it come to that. He was just kind of done after that. So, guys, that was the first game for this offense. And let's jump ahead to the second game now. All right, guys, so this is the second game, and I was a tad late to start recording, so on the very first play of the game, I got a 20-yard gain on a jet sweep with Jerry Rice. That got us over to the right hash on the 45-yard line, and he was in cover 3. And remember, we have a great cover 3 beer, so I said, let's run jet sweep again over to the other hash. I didn't really care about the gain. I want to see, is he still in cover 3? And he is. He's in Mike Blitz 3. And so, again, we're going to make sure, in my case, we get Darren Waller on the outside. I go ahead and put Marcel Reese on the inside, Darren Waller on the outside. We're running dagger, and I'm just going to probably quick snap it. Maybe I block the running back real quick, but we're going to roll out, and we're going to watch for Darren Waller at RB to get over that outside third. We did get hit. It was kind of a throw out of sack, but fortunately, we got the ball off. We got the touchdown anyway. I'm telling you guys, I like this cover 3 beater so much because people don't think to deep half against pistol. They don't expect a one-play touchdown, a cover 3 beater, to come out of pistol. And so they're not deep halving that side very often. And so that's why if your opponent is sitting in a cover 3 or sitting in a Mike Blitz 3, that play dagger is so good. But that was the first drive. Let's jump ahead to the second drive. All right, guys, so we got a big stop on defense at midfield. So we're going to start our drive on our opponent's 41-yard line. But you're going to see a lot of pounding the rock this time. And we're just running zone alert wide receiver screen just over and over and over again. And look at the push. Look at the holes that are opening up for our running back. Now, somehow, and we only got 5 yards, but it just looks like there's a lot of space, right? It just looks like there's so much space. Now, right here, it looks like I'm going to try the read option because, again, I was kind of experimenting. I really would not recommend the read option very strongly at this point, guys. If you want to try it, definitely go for it. And it got us 3-4 yards right there. But compared to the zone alert wide receiver screen, I just don't think that it's very strong compared to that run. The other thing you guys see me doing is I'm always coming back out to the menu. I'm checking the stamina of my running back. You never want to have a tired running back in the game because then he is going to be prone to fumbling. Even on conservative carry, if he's tired enough, he will still fumble if he gets hit sticked. So always be checking, always be swapping your running backs out. Ideally, you'll have 2 starter quality running backs so you can swap in and out. Now, right here, I hope I'll throw the wide receiver screen because it looks pretty open. But at the very last second, he did audible, and you saw that there's a defender going back out there. So the pre-snap read was the screen, but fortunately, I'm glad I didn't throw that because you saw he did something right before I snapped it. Had a defender going out there. Don't take any chances, guys. Don't throw the screen unless it's wide open. And we're pounding the rock just fine. Our guys are blocking great for us. And so we're just going to keep running the ball. You guys can see we're just getting great pushes. I don't know what it is about this formation, but at least in my experience, I always get great pushes. Now, we should be checking what I don't remember if I checked what his D-line abilities are, but remember to always be double teaming inside stuffs. Inside stuffs require a double team. They will absolutely shut you down. They'll blow straight through your line and get you in the backfield if you're not double teaming inside stuffs. So always be checking for that. I must have checked, and I'm assuming he doesn't have inside stuff because I haven't seen it come through. I think I've been a little lazy about double teaming as well. Now, right here, I actually go to dagger, even though this is way too close to run a cover 3 beater, but the drag from the A tight end is actually a very nice route as well. I was using that in a previous game against someone who's kind of sitting in cover 2, but they're so worried about, from the left side, you've got a streak and a deep dig route that they never really worry about the short drag route coming underneath. And so that short drag route is really nice. Now right here, we're actually in a 4th and inches, but we're just going to pound the rock and and it works. We get such a great push. So this is not the most exciting drive by any means, but you can see that it's working. And so, guys, we can basically boil down this offense to like 4 plays, I think, right? It is the zone alert wide receiver screen. It is the 1-play touchdown dagger, which is going to be very situational. It is the jet sweep, which you saw right there. And it's going to be that play stick that we saw earlier. And you can really run this whole offense out of those 4 plays. The playbook has more than that, and feel free to give those a shot as well. But those 4 plays, the zone alert wide receiver screen, dagger, oh gosh, what am I doing right here? That's embarrassing. Dagger is the second one. The third one is going to be the jet sweep, and the fourth one is going to be the play stick. Those 4 plays make up the mini scheme, and with those 4 plays, you can do a lot of great work. So let me jump ahead and see if we have any more drives for this game. That might be it. Let's do it right now. Let's just jump ahead. Looks like we got to stop, and it looks like I'm going to start experimenting with some other stuff. So that's it for this game. I have one more game I think I can show you guys. So let's jump ahead to that right now. All right, guys, so here's the third and final game that I've got for you. I'm again coming out, starting the game in pistol wing slot, and I was just really trying to start off every game with a jet sweep, I guess just to make sure I got over to a hash, which is an interesting strategy. I guess it was working okay for me, right? But, right there, and it looked like we might have had a little bit of space. We got a really bad bounce off our O-lineman, but that's okay. We got on a hash, and this guy, he's running Engage 8. I know my face cam is covering up, but this guy's actually running Engage 8, which is just not the play, guys. Engage 8 is just not the way to go. If you want to send heat, do it with mid blitz, do it with Mike Blitz 0. Engage 8 is just not the play, in my opinion. So I just throw the wide receiver screen, and because he only had 3 guys dropping in his zone, you can see how easy that is. Again, I'll say it over and over again. Just be reading the inside defensive back. There wasn't even really... He had to slide that defensive back out to make it look like he might be covered. And now right there is just some good stick work with Barry. But the screen was open again if we wanted the screen. So I don't even think that we need to go through this whole game because this guy's just running Engage 8. But just one more time for you guys. Those 4 plays. You take those 4 plays. Looks like, what am I doing right now? I'm running dagger right now? What? Oh, I put Waller on like a corner route or something. So, of course, yeah, if you've got Tight End Apprentice or Hot Route Master, you can take that play dagger, do all kinds of things with it. I was just running it mostly stock just because I want this to be able to apply to everybody. Whether you're playing MUT, you're playing regs, I want you to see that it can work for you as well. And there is one adjustment to the 1-play touchdown for dagger. You want to take your running back and put him on an out route. Well, there we go. Nice little screen with Randy. Nice little stick work. We've had some good stick work showings in this video, man. I forgot about these. But definitely check out the Huddle GG video for a little more details on the cover 3 beater, the dagger play, because I did that in regs, and there is a slight adjustment for regs as well. But guys, that's the mini scheme. I know this was not quite the video I wanted to make. I wanted to give you guys live gameplay, but just trust me, guys. I tried like all night to get quality gameplay, and again, either the people just, in my opinion, weren't good enough, or they're running man coverage, which defeats the whole purpose, because I'll just run man-beating routes with, just put hot routes on the field all over the place, and that's not really showing you the scheme, right? And so I was like, let me just go back to the original gameplay I had of this when I was trying it out, because it shows it working decently well. So I wouldn't only try to run this. It's more of like a tool you have, right? And if you're interested in trying the Houston Texans playbook, which is what I'm running, you can combine this mini scheme with the ebook I did, the free ebook on the YouTube channel out of Gunstrip's Tight End Offset. And now you've got 2 pretty good schemes. And maybe you'll go into Texans playbook and like some other things. I mean, there's some pretty unique plays in Texans bunch as well. And you might be able to put a whole little scheme together that you feel comfortable with out of the Texans playbook. A quick reminder that if you want to run pistol wing slot, you got to do it out of Texans, pistol, or run balanced. But then if you run Ravens playbook, there's also a version of this as well. Out of pistol weak slot. Very similar name. Slightly different, but very similar. And so maybe you don't want to run any of those 3 that have pistol wing slot. Definitely go give Ravens a shot. And there might be others that have similar type formations, but I know for sure those 4 playbooks have that one play touchdown. And I really do think that one play touchdown is where this mini scheme gets so much value, because we see so many people sitting in cover 3 or sitting in Mike Blitz 3 that being able to bomb them with that one play touchdown that they do not expect, that they're not deep having for, I think that is where the real value really comes from this mini scheme. What am I doing on defense? Am I getting stops? Ooh, well, okay. We got a little bit of taste of defense, which again is just not my forte at all. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, also, if you want to see me run the mini scheme in person, I am going to be running it a decent bit, I expect, over on my Twitch stream over at twitch.tv/BruceGooseTV. Will I be running it during Weekend League? Depends on the game. I'll probably throw it in there a little bit. I'm not going to run it exclusively because, like I said, it's not an every down, all game, every game type of offense, but it is a nice little mini scheme that you can throw in there as a twist, especially if your primary scheme maybe isn't working so well. I would say try out this mini scheme, see if it works any better for you. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you found it interesting. Try the plays out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of them. And besides that, I hope you have a great one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.